Follow along with me. We're gonna do 2 minutes per side of this hamstring stretch, but before we actually get into the stretch, let's make sure you're in the correct position. So I have a large loop band. If you have a skinnier loop band than this, that's okay. You can just double it up and put it around your foot like this. But because this is thick enough, we're gonna put the one loop through there. Now we wanna check our form and posture, and I'm gonna tell you why. We wanna focus on crunching the ribs inwards, back is pushed into the floor, and tuck your pelvis upwards this direction. And that's because you're gonna access a lot more range. So for example, if you are bent, you can see from my shirt that I can put my hand all the way underneath my back. And when I try to stretch in that position, this is all I got. You can see that I'm actively trying to pull on my leg. It's not going anywhere. It feels pretty terrible, and I'm about at 90 degrees. But when I align my posture in a good position, crunch the ribs in, tuck the pelvis up, look how much more range I get. I mean, it's pretty amazing how being in a good position gives you access to range of motion. Sometimes we think that we're held back because we're not flexible enough, but sometimes your body isn't aligned properly to do the work properly, and chances are you're not actually strengthening the right muscles if you're moving in that position during workouts. So keep that in mind. We're now going to start 2 minutes per side. We're going to do 30 seconds of two positions. We're going to start right now. So the first one is organizing your spine, and we're going to hold this stretch for 30 seconds. Now your other leg can be bent like mine. You can also stretch it out. I get a little bit more tension when I try to split legs like that, but I don't really care which one you choose. Whatever helps you have a better stretch and a better experience, right? Now it's important that we take big deep inhales, big deep exhales. That was 30 seconds, so we're going to go into this position where you're gonna bring the knee to the chest, you're pushing through the midfoot and then stretching out from there, okay? Now, I'm pretty flexible. If you don't feel this flexible, that's okay. That's kind of the reason why we're doing it. And it's important that you get kind of what you need out of this movement. So take a really big deep breath through your belly and really long exhale while you're holding these stretches. So now we're gonna relax there. What we're gonna do this time is extend that opposite leg. We're gonna spend 30 seconds crossing over the body. So where I feel this is kind of along here. It's, for me personally, it's almost like a nervy type stretching pain. All of these muscles are pretty tight on me, but you can see I'm just crossed over, perpendicular to my side. Make sure you're taking deep breaths and trying to relax. Sometimes when we're in pain or stretching, we hold our breath. It sends signals to our body that we're not okay and that we're holding stress, and that's bad. All right, so now choose your favorite one. We just did 3 of them. For me personally, I think I need to go back to that crossover again. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just pull in and cross over. This one for me felt way more difficult, like I need it more. So this will have been 2 minutes on this left side. So then we're gonna go to the right side and do the same thing. Now you know what to expect with this position. 30 seconds flies. All right, so now we're going to switch sides. Put the foot through the loop. And now I'm gonna start my clock. Organize your spine. Tuck your ribs in, pelvis under, and we're in the stretch for 30 seconds. It's better to stretch post-workout. Doing these kinds of workouts, slow breathing sends signals to our body that we are done for the day. We are resting, like it can rest. It doesn't need to be in fight or flight anymore. Allegedly, stretching before working out makes you weaker, but I'm not really sure I believe that. All right, that was 30 seconds. So now we're gonna go knee to chest and then try stretching the leg out as much as you can. If you're shaking a little bit, sometimes that's kind of normal. For a lot of people, this is a kind of a tough position to get into. Some people are like here, and then they can barely get their leg locked out. But I love the way that the band is different than like a towel, because I like the way that it stretches and works with my body here. All right, so now we're gonna cross over. So organize your spine, and we've got our 30 seconds on the clock. I mean, I can't even identify. It's almost in like the high hamstring where I feel this. I've been playing a lot of golf. I did a lot of skiing this winter. Lots of legs. I'm feeling stuff that I never used to feel in the past. I didn't used to ski in the past. All right, so we're gonna come back to center. Now you can choose which one of those three you wanna do. So we're going to, for me, I'm gonna do this crossover again because it feels the worst. The more that you allow this leg to drop, if you're following along with me on this particular one, you know, I'm starting to feel it a little bit more in the hips. If you feel like you need to extend your recovery, do it. Sometimes it takes more than a couple of minutes for your body to relax and start getting a little bit deeper in the stretch or the mush, so keep that in mind. All right, so that was 2 minutes per side. That was a really great recovery. I appreciate you doing this with me. And if you have any questions on something that you need personally and you're one of my clients, or you're interested in being one of my clients, then go ahead, send me an email at lastbeststrength@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to work with you on what it is that you need for your prep positions or recovery or workouts.